How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Venezia, the legendary tier Italian heavy cruiser. This match was a bit special. Some mind-boggling things that occurred while playing this match. First off, this map absolutely sucks. I don't like it. But at least it's domination. We pushed into the objective, and we're basically just going to try to capture the objective while staying bow in. Probably could have positioned better to simply smoke up in the cap, but also having all of my guns on target. Usually, if I was in a cruiser that I wanted to kind of cap this objective, ideally in something like a Des Moines or something with radar, this is the position to go to. Just because you have an island that you can kind of lob over or duck behind if you absolutely need to. One of the salvos from the enemy light cruiser that smoked up, I'm pretty sure that was a Brisbane, might have been a Minotaur, while they were locked onto the Preußen. When Preußen went unspotted, we actually almost got hit by the shells and reset, which would have absolutely sucked because, well, we did use our smoke, and because it's an exhaust smoke, it doesn't exactly last very long. Also, this update is, well, the update after they reworked the fighter and defensive AA consumables. The fighter, honestly, isn't really that useful, and neither is defensive AA. Unfortunately, they're still both pretty useless. Fighter is a lot more useful than it used to be, though, but DFAA, you lost so much time on the consumable. It just simply isn't good enough. Shima, being spotted by, I'm assuming, Preußen sonar, well, we take a gamble and we just charge out at him, and we do fortunately get the Dev Strike. We don't actually have Arthas on this build, I don't think. I think our fighter is still up from, well, when I thought it would have gone down already from the decrease in duration from Arthas. So I don't think we have Arthas. I don't remember what we decided to use. Maybe it was Sarika to try and get, what are we getting? Dispersion and reload, possibly just simply trying to hit our target a little more effectively. But at this point, I mean, our team has basically gone around the island here at D, and well, we're the closest ship, so we're just getting focused by everything. Preußen is something to worry about because Preußen can overmatch our 30mm of deck armor as well as our upper belt, and that's not exactly a fun time. Adding in so many 457 battleships before we could even have fun with a lot of these 30mm cruisers, honestly kind of suffering. CV gets spotted, so we know he's pretty close, and we do have an opportunity to push in. We have another exhaust smoke ready, so I'm kind of hoping that we're able to push in and something else keeps the carrier spotted while we're pushing in, trying to get his broadside. We do still have 203mm guns, so we are able to citadel stuff like Midway and Hokuryu. We just need to make sure we have the angle to do so. Midway still just charging in. I'm not really sure what his plan is. He did get chunked pretty good there, but we do need to kind of be careful because all of their ships, as we push in to try and get this broadside on the Midway, are going to be pretty close and are going to be the ones to citadel us or basically kill us from our like half HP. We get one citadel on the Midway, which honestly was pretty good, but unfortunately our friendly Preußen goes down and Midway goes unspotted. At this point, it's time to try and duck behind an island while we're trying to find the Midway as our exhaust smoke ends, and then we can try to angle in and dodge whatever we need to. Midway goes down, we don't actually need to shoot him anymore, and well, their whole team decided to finally start pushing in after basically kiting for quite some time. Enemy Brisbane sitting behind that island. It's not looking very good, at least the Montana ricocheted most of his shells off of our belt, so we're gonna be okay. We do need to worry about Brisbane torpedoes, so we're gonna try to duck on the island as much as we can to try and use the island to protect us from any sort of torpedoes. There is a Minotaur that we still need to worry about. Brisbane is doing his absolute best to hide from us. But luckily, the island that we're about to beach into does have a low spot or a beach where the torpedoes well, won't go through, and we can still shoot at the Brisbane if he decides to reverse out again. I do need to worry about the battleships pushing around the left side though, because, well, we do have 3 torpedoes on each side of the Venezia, and the torpedoes aren't exactly anything to write home about. Brisbane decides to reverse out from the island, which was a huge mistake, and he gets dev struck. Minotaur pushing in, Venezia having a super long reload. Not a good situation to have Minotaur firing at your superstructure at this close of a range, while you don't really have a chance to fire back. We're also within sonar, and unfortunately, since we are ducking from the Minotaur currently, Minotaur does go unspotted for the rest of our team. Now we need to figure out what we're going to do. Preußen and Montana are pushing in on the left side of the island. We're also in sonar, so we can't exactly push around the corner and not eat torpedoes. So there is a threat of 2 battleships behind, or a light cruiser with torpedoes in front of us, which also is a pretty bad choice. So basically we're choosing who would we rather die to, and we decide let's go towards the Minotaur. Chances are he's going to keep farming whatever's behind us, and if we need to, we can just beach on the island again and just shoot him and just stay bow in. Being on sonar, Minotaur stopped shooting, so we know he's dumping torpedoes, and he finally decides to start shooting his main guns, but he is on smoke firing penalty currently. We don't quite have the angle to fire, so we turn our ship a little more, and luckily we only eat 1 torpedo. Could have been very bad, as if we sped up anymore, we would have eaten 2 and possibly died. But now it's time to run away from the enemy Preußen that's charging in. 6 cam sonar, we're definitely way too close. One of our torp tubes is destroyed, so there's not really a whole lot of places that we can go. Enemy Preußen pops a sonar, we just need to try and run away as quickly as we can. And then as soon as the Preußen gets to the corner, we just simply pop our exhaust smoke, because, well, being spotted by line of sight definitely would not work very well. We leave Preußen sonar range, luckily, and we're just going to keep sailing away. Unfortunately, smoke firing penalty is around 7 kilometers, so we're not quite out of it yet. So we're not going to be able to take any sort of pot shots until we get around this corner. Although, I still have AP loaded, so our salvo isn't going to do nearly as much damage as I would have liked. Bunch of overpens. Not enough damage. Wish we had sap loaded. Probably should have paid attention to that a little better. But Preußen, losing his HP, almost dies, game ends. Enemy team kind of got steamrolled, but we also did get 3 dev strikes. Which is kind of funny. And getting 3 dev strikes, getting a cap, shooting down some planes. I mean, 4K, we'll take it. I don't know if we really deserve it, but I mean, we take it. Let's be real, 135,000 damage. Didn't even get a clear sky, but we dev struck 3 things, so I guess that's worthy of a 4K. Imagine though, 4K for that. But yeah, Venezia, I think I probably could use Arthas. Obviously, we don't still have the same duration as we used to. I don't know how much use we'll get out of it from a Venezia. I mean, it was nice to shoot kind of a lot of salvos with our sap to do a lot of damage. But now that the fighter duration is shorter, and then on top of that, Arthas makes the duration shorter, I think we get maybe 2 salvos before plane lands. So not quite as useful as it used to be. Like an indirect nerf to Arthas, since everyone decides to use Arthas these days. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, until next time, aloha.